Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. So, if you were tuning in via Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or my podcast, I want to say welcome. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out to tune in. Okay, my name is Kamoy. For those of you that are new, welcome. We're doing a daily vibration today for Friday, December 18th, 2020. Can you believe it already, y'all? We're at the end of the year, right? Less than 3 weeks away. We'll wrap it up, maybe about 2 weeks left before we hop on over to a new calendar year for 2021, right? Now, 2020 should have been a year that brought in focus, that brought in clarity, that really brought in an aspect of maybe where you want to go within this next cycle of your life, right? So, before we jump into the vibration, I just want to say it has been a pleasure to jump on here and do a daily vibration for you guys daily. It has been a pleasure to just kind of take a transit and a walk through the energy collectively and share with you guys. So, as we're getting ready to wrap up the end of the year, I just want to thank each and every one of you. A special thank you for all of you that has taken my classes, that have made donations, that has supported me. And that continue to support and love yourself in your own growth and spiritual journey. Okay. So I don't know about you guys, right? Yesterday I spent pretty much most of the day dealing with a company that I've been dealing with for months to get something resolved. Okay. And can I just tell you guys, I have learned now when I go to place a phone call to this particular company, I've learned to first be patient, to know that there could be a wait, okay, and to also know that every time I reach out, I may get someone different, you know. So to try to be as kind as possible to whoever the representative is that answers the phone so they can note my account very well. And so yesterday, when I placed the phone call, which pretty much was, it took up a better part of my day, only to find out that they didn't have all the documentation that they needed. Now, we've been working on this for over 2 months, right? And they did not have the proper documentation that they needed in order to go ahead and process my paperwork. I have spoken to several different operators, I have spoken to several different maybe senior reps on this case, and at no given point in time did anyone tell me that this one particular paperwork or documentation was needed. I began to get a little frustrated because at this point you've been working on something for a little over 2.5 months, and the last thing you want to do every week is to call and check in and make sure somebody's doing what they say they were going to do, right? So I had the opportunity yesterday to go with the, oh my God, I'm just going to stay in this frustration mode. I had the opportunity to jump out of that energy and tap into just knowing that I'm okay and the universe has me. And delay does not mean denial, So whomever is listening to this today, if you were going through something where you feel like it's a step back instead of a step forward, I just want to say to you, change your perception and know that every time you feel like you may have stepped back, it's really just to pull you back a little so you can propel even further, right? Hold on to your faith, FATE, right? Hold on to that inner knowing that you have. Hold on to that part of you that knows that you are going to be okay, right? Regardless of what's thrown at you on a daily basis that can make you feel overwhelmed, that can make you feel maybe that you haven't accomplished everything that you set out to do. You need to find a space within yourself that you can get to when these feelings start to stir up, right? Because what you don't want to do is tip over to the negative end and start the negative mind loops again. So encouraging you today, right? Look not at what you can see with your physical eyes, but you also want to look at what's going on internally, what you've been holding on to, what you've been having faith for. And I'm talking about that FATE type faith, right? Okay. So, don't know who that was for, but I felt like I just wanted to motivate and encourage someone because, with this energy right now, there's some anxiousness in the air, and it can leave people to kind of get in their own way if they're not careful, all right? And so, vibrating today, December 18th, 2020, we have the number 7, okay, of the vibrational number of the actual date, okay? The day itself, Friday, by the way, which is ruled by Venus, okay, is actually vibrating at the number 9, okay? So we have the date, December 18th, 2020, vibrating at the number 7. Now, on the higher end vibration of the number 7, this is all about intuitive energy always. You know, we talk about this every day. Intuitive energy is always in the atmosphere every day for you to tap into, for you to embrace. Intuitive energy is that voice or that nudge that tells you maybe turn left, maybe, you know, turn right, maybe call such and such, maybe don't go here, don't go there, right? You know that voice, and then when you don't follow it, you're like, dang, I should have listened to what my first voice said, right? That is your intuitive nature. So you want to trust your intuition today as we're moving throughout the energy, right? Inner strength is going to be key for you today as you're vibrating in the higher end of the number 7 also. Endurance for some people is going to be key today. You may have to feel a need to give up, but you're going to have to endure and push past some things today. That's in the atmosphere. For some people, this could be a day where you're very introspective. You're definitely taking a look at within, okay? So you want to be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the day. Today is also a day filled with rituals, okay? The question is, whose rituals are you tapping into? Are you creating your own, or are you being inducted into someone else's, okay? Now keep in mind, all right. We have rituals every day. So your routine of you getting up and making coffee in the morning and maybe watching the news, you think that's a routine, but that's also a ritual. Okay. So just be mindful. What rituals are you creating throughout the day that's making your life better? Okay. Inner knowing is going to be in the atmosphere with the number 7 today. For some people, there's just going to be a strong sense of inner knowing. So you want to move with that because that's also tapping in to your intuitive nature. All right. Now, for some people, you may feel a little misunderstood today because you're moving ahead of the time. So you may have some ideas today that may not fit right in certain situations or around certain people today because you may be ahead of that time. Doesn't mean that it's a bad idea. It just means that you may not be time to share that thought or that idea with certain people or with everyone. Okay. Now, lower vibrational end of the number 7, you do have pessimistic energy in the ear, so you're gonna have to be mindful of that. Not just others' pessimistic energy, but also making sure that you're not tapping into that yourself. Well, see, because I had that, you know, like yesterday, I told y'all I could have went to the pessimistic side, but I had to tap into the more optimistic end of thing, knowing that everything is gonna work out for my divine highest, greatest good, right? So pessimistic energies in the atmosphere today, along with some resentment with the number 7 on the lower vibrational end of it. You can have secretive energy today too, like people just don't want to share things with you, or people lying and being secretive about things that they're doing that affects you maybe in a negative way. So you want to be mindful of that because that can lead into the argumentative energy that's in the atmosphere too. That's also going to be filled with prideful energy. So there's that in the atmosphere today on the lower vibrational end of the number 7, along with what do you call that? Codependent energy and even being hypocritical, right? So you got some hypocritical energy in the atmosphere and codependent energy in the atmosphere also with that prideful energy as we're vibrating on the lower end of number 7 today. Okay, keep it in mind. Today, Friday, is also ruled by Venus, okay? And the day, Friday, is vibrating on the number 9. So Friday vibrates on the number 9. Now, the number 9 is all about your soul's purpose. This is like, what do you want? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? You know, who do you want to see yourself becoming? Who do you think you are? Are you being, right? So this is going to be a question that you can find a lot of people asking today. Like, if this is worth my time, is there something bigger? Is there more, right? Now, you also need to know that on the higher vibrational energy of the number 9, also, you do have communication energy in the atmosphere, along with energy of understanding or more understanding, a greater level of understanding coming in with the communication energy. That's going to be linked with some obligations. So you want to be mindful of the things that you're obligated to do and not take on more responsibility than you need to as you're moving throughout the day, okay? Now, fully loving yourself is going to be key today, okay? Because you are going to find that you cannot please everybody all of the time today. So fully loving yourself and making sure that you're checking in with yourself is going to be key today, all right? On the lower vibrational end of the number 9 for Friday, you do have maybe feeling lost today for some of you, and you also gonna have people feeling like there's no future. This is maybe some depressive or maybe even some despair energy in the atmosphere, so you want to be mindful of that, right? You could also find people avoiding responsibility today, so be mindful of who you are delegating what to today, because some people may be avoiding responsibility as well as avoiding any conflict, right? You're also going to have some people that's unwilling to hear other people's point of view. They just not going to want to hear it today. No, they not at all. Okay. That might be you. You might not just be with it today, right? Now, that's popping over on the lower vibrational end of things. But if it is falling in line with you fully loving yourself, that can be a balance that you need. So be mindful of that. Okay. And you want to watch the people pleasing energy that's also going to be in the atmosphere today. So you're not tapping into just pleasing someone and not fully feeling like you're getting back everything else that you put out. Okay. You got to find a balance in there, right? Now, we're going to jump into the wonderful elements, okay? So we're going to start off with the wonderful Sagittarius fire element, okay? So that's going to be fire element, including Sagittarius. It's going to also include Leos, and it's going to include Aries, okay? If you are not a Leo, an Aries, a Sagittarius, you are going to apply this message to your physical area of maybe where action needs to be taken in your life, okay? This needs movement. Things need to be moved. You need to take action. This can also be tapping into passion, lustful energy, but also intuitive energy is also within this fire element. So fire element, intuition, movement, taking action, okay? All right. Now, you got soul star energy popping up. This is a chakra right above your crown chakra, right up outside your head. Soul healing is popping up for you today with your message, as well as divine wisdom is popping up with your message. And also you do have peace popping up with crown chakra. As far as I can say, all of these chakras are upper chakras. So this is really asking you to trust your intuition today, my wonderful fire elements, as you're walking throughout the day. Today could find maybe some deep healing surfacing for you today, especially if you're embracing and loving yourself fully. Linked in with the obligations that you have today, you will want to make sure you're using divine wisdom and always coming back to your place of peace so you can find your wholeness. Okay, that's going to be important. Do not let others snatch your peace today. Someone may trigger you today. You may trigger someone today, or both people involved may be triggered today. But healing can come about. Just use divine wisdom in your responses today as you're moving throughout the day, okay? All right, we're going to jump into the wonderful air elements. That is going to be Gemini, Aquarius, and the wonderful Libra. If you're not a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra, you want to apply this message to your thinking, your spiritual and your mental thinking. This is all in your head stuff, the stuff that you be talking about in your head, okay? You got communications popping off with throat chakra energy. You also have meditation popping off with, I want to say, crown chakra energy, okay? And you got grounding popping up here with earth chakra energy, okay? So let's just talk about this, my love. You need to be mindful that throat chakra energy is all about you being able to tap into your life purpose, right? This is the area where you communicate. This is the area where you find fulfillment in speaking things into existence. This is your vocal box. This is your frequency tuner. This is where you connect to the frequencies and you put out you cast your spells, aka your spellings, your words, right? So today is saying, as you're communicating and speaking your truth, you want to make sure you're grounded, all right? You may need to ground yourself and meditate before you respond. And when I say you may, I'm not talking about just going up and getting into a place of hum. When I talk about meditation, I'm talking about really taking a breath, breathing in, right? Maybe thinking about what you want to say before responding in your communication today. Make sure that you're grounded and you're not just responding off of emotions today or responding out of scenarios and scenes that you've made up in your head, okay? So that's going to be important for you today as you're moving throughout this energy, okay? All right, we're going to jump on over to the wonderful, wonderful Earth signs. Earth signs is going to be Capricorns, Virgos, as well as Taurus. If you are Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, that is great. If you are not, you're going to apply this message to the physical realm. This is the house, the car, the bills, the jobs, and the responsibility that lies therein, okay? So today, my love, you got dominant energy of your solar plexus popping up with self-mastery and inner strength today. Those are the dominant chakras. You also have third eye chakra popping up, talking about vision, okay? So when we're talking about your solar plexus energy, we're talking about your ego and your will here, okay? So your solar plexus is responsible for your confidence. It's responsible for your determination. It's also responsible for self-mastery and self-discipline, okay? Inner strength is being asked of you today as you master yourself, especially with you using your imagination to visualize things unfolding, or creating a situation in which you truly desire to experience and not one in which you fear. Which means today you may have to zip it up and not act emotionally, not just because you can tell somebody off means that you should, right? You may just have to zip it up, okay, and take the hit because you are getting back something that you may have put out, right? Try not to be the victim today. Stand in your inner strength, okay? Don't allow your ego to give you limitations of the things that you can accomplish and the things that you can get past and move past, okay? Yeah, inner strength and self-mastery is going to be important today. You're going to have to balance them chakras today, honey, okay? Be mindful of that as you're moving throughout this energy. Balance your emotions today. It's going to be needed for some of you, okay? Ego versus your will. Don't let your ego to overtake you today. All right. Last but not least, we're jumping into the wonderful, wonderful water energy. If you are a water sign, that's going to be Scorpio. It's going to be Pisces as well as Cancer. If you are not a Scorpio or Pisces or Cancer, you can apply this message to your emotions, your feelings, okay? This is where this element lies. And today you have forgiveness popping up with your heart chakra. You also have psychic development popping up with your third eye chakra. And then you have clarity popping up with your third eye chakra. So the dominant chakra today is going to be third eye chakra. This is where your imagination lies and your perception lies, right? So today you may have to operate in a perception of being able to forgive others as well as yourself, all right? You know, can I just tell you guys something? Forgiveness is not for another person getting away with shit. That's not what forgiveness is for. Forgiveness is so you can move past and you can experience that in which you truly desire to experience, okay? And forgiveness often holds the key in which your happiness or your joy lies, okay? So use your intuition today with this psychic development. Trust your intuition today. Trust yourself. Allow the clarity to come in. If you need to feel the pain, feel it. If you need to cry, cry. Whatever is needed today for you to be able to get past your emotions today is what's required, okay? Now, I gotta say this. Forgiving somebody does not also mean that you forget the things that they've done to you. And sometimes you can forgive someone, not forget, and love them from a distance, or just, you know, surrender the fact that you might not ever speak to this person or see this person again, but you're okay with, right? You're okay with, meaning you're okay. Whatever happens. You are okay. You are not bound by whatever trauma they inflicted on you, or whatever lies they told on you, or whatever love you felt they took away from you. You're not bound by any of that, okay? So as you're moving throughout the day, I want you to be mindful, okay? Understanding that you have to be your own motivator. Sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader. Sometimes you have to get past your own pain. You can't ask anyone else to heal you, okay? You can ask for help. You can definitely ask for help. You can ask maybe even how to get the steps to get this done. But if eventually and essentially, you're the one that has to do this work, okay? So fully loving yourself today, meeting your obligations today is going to be key, all right? I'm going to see you guys in tomorrow's daily vibration. My throat is a little sore today. I have to definitely kind of take something because I got a sore throat. So with that being said, I am going to aim to be doing Paid Forward Friday later on today. I got a sore throat and I got a headache. So I'm going to aim for doing Paid Forward Friday later on today. If you guys do not see me for Paid Forward Friday, I will try and do live on Saturday. You can probably already hear it in my voice. But yeah, I need to rest the voice if I'm going to be doing these daily vibrations, right? If you have not been on Instagram, you need to do so. Hop on over to Instagram and follow me. Hop on over to Facebook and follow me also. If you're not a part of the Patreon community, you need to do so, because we're doing the monthly karma readings live on Patreon on the 23rd. So we have a special treat if you're going to be joining me live on Patreon on the 23rd. So with that being said, Tuesdays I'm on Instagram with Nye. Thursdays I'm on Instagram with Kelly Kell. The lives with Kim has been postponed to next year, so we'll be back with Kim next year. And then Fridays I'm live here on YouTube. Okay, don't forget the series from my podcast. It is released every Wednesday, so every Wednesday you get a new episode. Okay, we're wrapping up the year with 0 Point Reset. All right, so that has maybe next week episode, and then I think like the 30th, and then we're going to start off the new with a brand new episode of a whole bunch of beautiful things I have coming for you guys. I might even put some meditations up on my podcast, right? Okay, with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to see y'all in tomorrow's daily vibration. Do something kind for yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, my loves.